But yeah, let's see what this 11-minute video is about. Let's see what they talking about, what new stuff they added in the second half of the season. Let's get it.
Hello Rivals, Guang here. As we kicked off the exhilarating first half of Season 1, we were thrilled to welcome even more players to the Marvel Rivals community. Together, we united with the Fantastic Four to take the fight to Dracula. In the second half of Season 1, the remaining two family members will be joining the fray, the Thing and the Human Torch. First up, we've got the Thing. He's a powerhouse vanguard, always ready for action. Whether you need a strong defensive wall or a fierce frontline fighter, he's your go-to guy. And then there's the Human Torch. He's a blazing duelist who's here to light up the skies and scorch his enemies with his fiery style. He jumps through the air like a comet and brings the heat when you need a true aerial ace. His presence will certainly ignite the battlefield. But that's not all. Prepare to explore the sinister depths of the Empire of Eternal Night in our new map, Central Park.
Fun fact, this new map takes place in Central Park in New York. And he's saying it's the Eternal Night, meaning there's going to be like zombies everywhere. You have to understand, this is not based off the comic book version of Central Park in New York. This is based off the real version. Because if you've ever been to New York and Central Park, it actually is full of zombies. Maybe not the kind of Marvel. If you know, you know. So this is pretty lore accurate.
Venture into this haunted terrain, now dominated by Dracula's vampire legions. Rescue Rita Koska,
I see a Dracula
the Asgardian squirrel god of Yggdrasil, and embark on a daring raid of Dracula's castle to vanquish the darkness and end the Eternal Night.
Competitive mode adjustments.
Since Season 1 launched, we've seen an incredible surge of excitement for competitive play. As we head into the second half of the season, we are rolling out some exciting updates and balance adjustments that are sure to shake things up. To that end, we have decided to implement certain adjustments to the competitive mode. The first half of Season 1 will conclude on February 21st, 2025 at 8 AM UTC+0. At that time, rewards will be issued, including the Gold Rank costume, Quest of Honors for those in Grandmaster and above, and the Quest of Honor for
all my Sue Hill bots. Don't get too excited about this new skin. Y'all niggas still gonna be playing DPS on Sue and throwing your ult out at the wrong time. It's not gonna change your game sense. But you know, congrats if you got it. I guess.
Top
a lot of
500.
To play Sue.
When the second half of Season 1 kicks off, players will return their ranks and scores from the end of the first half. To qualify for new rewards, simply complete 10 matches in competitive mode and meet the necessary conditions by the end of the second half. These rewards will include an all-new Gold Rank costume and a variety of Quests of Honor, featuring distinct designs for Grandmaster, Celestial, Eternity, and One Above All.
I gotta get the banner.
We've heard your feedback about access kernel tokens and how frustrating it can be when they don't carry over. So, we are excited to announce a brand new redemption system. Now, you can convert those access kernel tokens.
First of all, I don't hate Sue. I think Sue is a good character. Like, a good Sue on your team is very helpful. It's just, I've noticed a lot of Sue players are ass. They are.
Into units. If you purchase the Legendary Battle Pass and redeem all its rewards, you will be able to convert any leftover kernel tokens for units at a specific ratio. We want to make sure that your gaming experience is marvelous, and that you never feel like you are unrewarded for your efforts.
Right. Tournament plans. Sweat. Sit up in your seats now.
Let's talk tournaments. We've heard your excitement and questions about our plans for Marvel Rivals tournaments since launch, and we are thrilled to see such a passionate community. A thriving player base is the lifeblood of any great game, and we are pumped to see that our in-client tournament, the Marvel Rivals Championship, has maxed out its faction registration in North America.
Is this going to be like streamed or something?
After the upcoming updates in the second half of Season 1, we will be increasing the limit. As anticipation reaches a fever pitch, brace yourselves for a series of Marvel Rivals Invitationals set to kick off at the end of February and continue into March.
Maybe if I got invited to like a Twitch Rivals, but then even still, like it depends, because like that last Twitch Rivals they did for Marvel, that shit was ass, because like it was supposed to be for content creators, but then last second they changed the rules, so then it was nothing but grandmasters. So it was a bunch of content creators who were new in there. It was supposed to be you could only have one GM per team, which would have made it more fun. One GM who can like lead the team, and then everybody else is just like average players. But then certain teams were showing up with nothing but GMs and Celestials and shit, just cheating. And if they do that, and I played in other Twitch Rivals where they do the same shit. They'll go and recruit fucking Discord demons, bro. And like it's like that's not fun. People want to watch people of a similar level compete.
Now let's turn it over to Zhiyo, who's ready to share.
You have to keep in mind these people who are like these high-ranking people. They don't have any type of social understanding, social cues. They're not very well socialized, so they don't understand they're not wanted. Like these people whose seats are spoiled, they smell like spoiled milk. They don't understand like, hey, this is supposed to be for content creators so the fans can enjoy, and for like to be a fun competitive thing. It's not supposed to be you show up with your spoiled seat and just push everybody's scalp back. But because they're not properly socialized and they don't bathe, they don't understand that. Like if I were to hit GM this season and they said you can only have X amount of GM so I can't play, I'd be like, oh, that's fine. That's understandable. To me, that wouldn't be fun. To play a bunch of new people. It's not fun.
The latest balance adjustments for the second half of Season 1.
It's their only time to shine because
hey,
they sit in their room in the dark all day.
Today, we are diving into
Blackout
some exciting balance changes coming up for the second half of Season 1
Roaches on their
that are
keyboard.
sure to shake things up on the battlefield.
The Balance Odyssey begins.
First off, let's talk about the journey we have had so far. The first half of Season 1 has given us some thrilling changes compared to Season 0. We have seen more duelist heroes in competitive like Storm and Squirrel Girl really shine, while Hela and Hawkeye have cooled down a bit, finding a better balance. And let's not forget the balance changes at the
I feel like Hela's still really good in the game. Even Hawkeye, the problem is they don't have that 20% boost. I feel like that boost they got last season, it carried a lot of people into thinking they're good. But like in that last game, that Hela we played against was good. They're still good characters. And Squirrel Girl is winning more because people figured out it takes no skill.
Start of the season and the addition of Invisible Woman. Together, they have revitalized the strategies matter and given players more options. These changes are undoubtedly a win for all. But hold on, there are a few challenges we have noticed that we are ready to tackle to make.
At least with Junkrat, from what I remember, when Junkrat would do his ult, didn't you have to control it and actually hit people? Her ult, she just pops it and it literally tracks. So no, she's worse than Junkrat.
Your gameplay even more epic. The triple strategies lineup has been
Nobody
gaining
cares
ground,
you're a Lord Squirrel
especially
Girl.
among
Close
the
your
upper
eyes,
ranks.
you can be one too.
For us, it's been great to see so many different team compositions out there, proving that victory isn't just about the classic 2-2-2 lineup. But here's the catch. The quick ultimate recharge for strategies like Cloak and Dagger and our mischievous friend Loki has led to some oppressive moments. A triple strategy setup often means at least one ultimate counters a Vanguard or Duelist's ultimate, which may slow down the game's pace. We want every match to feel exhilarating, not drawn out. That's why in our upcoming changes,
Healers are going
we
to
will
hell.
be bumping up the energy costs for those frequent ultimates.
Translation, healers are going to hell. We are tired of playing games where we're winning and out of nowhere, Luna ults, Mantis ults, fucking Cloak and Dagger every 25 seconds. If you have a Lord icon on Cloak and Dagger, you are a fucking fraud. Doesn't mean you're good at the game. That is one of the most broken, easiest characters I've ever seen in a fucking video game. And that's why when you tell them niggas to get off Cloak and Dagger, it gets banned in the lobby. They don't know what to do. fucking sweating at the keyboard, bruh.
We will
Y'all
also
suck.
be giving some targeted nerfs to certain strategies ultimates.
Yeah. Let me get a fraud watch for Cloak and Dagger mains. Oh, look at me. I'm a Lord Cloak and Dagger. They give that shit out like Oprah used to give out cards. You get a car, you get a car, you get a car. Or shall I say, you're a fraud, you're a fraud, you're a fraud. The Lord
Cloak
of
and
no
Dagger,
aim.
I'm looking at you. While reducing the ultimate energy costs of some of our vanguards and duelists, like Venom and Magic, making it easier for them to unleash their powers.
Y'all saw what I was doing with Venom earlier too. He getting a buff. I'm about to be a demon with him.
Don't worry though, we are not trying to completely shatter that 3 strategies playstyle. We are just looking to bring in more options for farm counterplays.
Can't play nobody with TBH, damn. Nah, listen. If you like playing Cloak and Dagger, bullshit aside, if you like playing those easy characters like Squirrel Girl, Cloak and Dagger, Wanda, it's okay. You can play them. I just don't understand the ego behind holding left click to win. I don't understand the ego. Like, you're not good at the game, bro. You're not.
Amp up the excitement. Now, let's chat about vanguards. Throughout the first half of Season 1, Doctor Strange and Magneto remain the most mainstream vanguard chassis, dominating the scene, whether it's a single or double shield lineup. These guys have been the go-to war, soaking up damage and effectively resisting enemy damage pressure. And with the triple strategies lineup, enjoying enhanced survivability. But we want to shake things up a bit. We are planning to dial back the survivability of Doctor Strange and Magneto to keep things interesting. Plus,
they said that you're not gonna be able to solo through the ranks with just them two. He's not gonna carry you through it.
we will be boosting some of our movement tabs vanguards, and we are super excited to introduce our newest hero, the Thing. Get ready for a fresh take on battle dynamics.
Are they gonna show the trailers in here? If not, I have them saved, I believe.
We have been closely analyzing pick and win rates across all tiers, using battle data and battle rates for our top tier heroes. With all this information in hand, we are making some targeted adjustments to certain characters. For example, Storm is getting a moderate trick to help her find that perfect balance again. Also, Moon Knight's ultimate is also getting a moderate trick to help him feel more balanced.
Oh, now you niggas gotta aim. Oh no, Moon Knight mains. Oh my God, this is fucking 9/11 for Moon Knight mains. You niggas gotta aim. Oh my God, they're in shambles.
Now, let's talk about the balanced schedule. We know it's been a bit longer than we wanted, and that's made it tough to tackle some big issues this season. So here's our plan. We are sticking to our overall balance adjustment schedule and rolling them out with our big updates for the first and second halves of each season. But going forward, we will also be keeping an extra close eye on the game environment throughout each half season.
Translation: don't expect any balance patches until a new character drops, unless something is so undeniably like broken that like it's making people quit. But that's probably the schedule they're going to be on, which allows them to make sure that, you know, they don't break anything further. I think it's a smart move.
If we spot any urgent issues, we will swoop in with one quick, smaller adjustment to keep everything running smoothly. Much like Galactor observed the innumerable matches, we will mainly be observing and only interfere during the season when necessary. We are committed to being careful with these changes because we want to keep the game to have a stable play environment.
Hero pick and win rates.
We will soon be updating the website with
that
the
sounds
pick
crazy.
rates.
That sounds crazy out of context. I just want you to know that can't get right. This nigga said, if I see a DPS main on my thing, I'm gonna crash out. This nigga said, if Star-Lord hops on his dick. He's gonna coach David.
and win rates for the first half of season 1. After that, we will drop the balance adjustment announcement for the second half of the season. Keep your eyes peeled for those official updates.
Nah, I get what you're saying though. Like I am worried because the thing looks cool. Like DPS and healer mains trying to play tank all of a sudden, rank and fucking up and just getting their scout pushed back. Because it takes skill to play tank, guys. So if you didn't play tank before, please go to quick play if you want to learn how to play the thing. Yo, shout out to Not Wavy with the sub. Appreciate it.
Having a BBC. Only Sonic wields that type of power.
We are rolling out a hidden name feature in competitive mode for players who reach Diamond 3. Once it's activated, your true identity will be under wraps during the loading screen, hero selection, and the start of the match. Other
Streamer
players
mode.
won't be able to see your name right away, and after a short period in the battle, your real name will pop back up.
I'm turning that on.
Thank you for your unwavering support, rivals. We can't wait to see you harness the power of the complete Fantastic Four and stand against the dark forces of Dracula. Ignite the battle.
Streamer mode. W update, W update, W update. I'm ready to terrorize lobbies with Johnny. Streamer mode pro pretty much keep the account private though. Yeah, you don't gotta worry about getting stream sniped now. So let's check out the actual gameplay trailers. Did I not save them? Let's go to YouTube. Let's get the high quality one. Excuse me. Let's see, Johnny Storm. And then the thing. Boom. Okay. And let's see, Marvel Rivals new map, I think. Yeah, there we go. All right, Human Torch, if you haven't seen it, let's get it.
Human Torch in the house, yo! You don't look so hot!
So this is what I noticed off the trailer that I think is going to make him a demon that I really haven't seen too many people comment on. It's not a regular projectile. I think his projectile is a shotgun. It's like, I think he shoots more like Psylocke, which means he's going to be easy to hit shots with. Like, people were complaining about Storm. If he does a lot of damage, he might be broken.
So hot!
Yeah, it's a shotgun.
Boom goes the meteor!
And then you could... Yo, healers. Y'all better, all you healers with egos, you better start communicating, because this nigga's going to be diving you.
No applause?
Oh, shit. You know, some type of Illuminati ritual?
Dodge this!
That's
I'm the
literally
brightest
fire.
in the sky! Supernova!
Honestly, his ult doesn't look that good. It's pretty slow. It's kind of hard to gauge how much damage. I wish they would have shown it twice. I wish in this trailer they would have shown the ult hit people and then do the actual team up, because his ult doesn't seem that good. It looks like it's mainly good for controlling space and basically making people who got shaky hands nervous. But if you know it doesn't seem like it's that good. It seems like it's only good when Storm actually dives into it. And realistically, how often is that going to happen in a ranked match? Because most likely either one or the other is going to be banned, if not both. So this is probably the only time you're ever going to see this shit is in the trailer.
Firestorm! Flame on!
But he looks cool. He looks like a character that's going to reward people for being hyper aggressive, but I'm going to go ahead and, or yeah, quick play. Quick play is probably the only way you're going to see that shit. I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction. Johnny Storm mains are going to be like Spider-Man mains. They're going to be either the best person or the worst person in the lobby. And there's a 99% chance they're going to be the worst. And the reason being is it seems like this character is going to reward you for playing hyper aggressive, but like a controlled aggressive. You got to know when to leave the backside, and most people don't know how to do that. So I feel like this character is going to attract a lot of people who play Iron Fist, and you know most Iron Fist players are glue eaters. It's going to attract people like that. But like when you get a good one in your lobby, I feel like he's gonna be a demon. I'm trying to be one of those demons. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of yo. Can you get off Johnny? Like, just can you please get off Johnny? Iron Fist got a buff. That doesn't mean anything. Iron Fist can get all the buffs that you want. It doesn't change the fact that the problem with Iron Fist is he's not a bad character. There are people in the top 500 who main Iron Fist. The problem with the average Iron Fist character is they lack game sense. They get so enamored and so intoxicated with being able to dive the back line so quickly. They get hyper focused and they get tunnel vision just trying to kill one of the healers. But once somebody peels and helps the healer, they get clapped. I'm not gonna lie. If I see an Iron Fist on the other team, about an 80 to 90% chance we're about to win. He said, "Laugh my ass off. I had a 1-8 Spider-Man tell me I was bad at the game today." Someone in the comments was like, "You 0-15 flame off, bro." Iron Fist is basically Wolverine and does projectile health. And so like, we'll see. That's my prediction on him. Let's check out the thing.
Benjamin J. Grimm reporting for duty.
I like the way he throws punches. He throws them like a boxer. Speed.
Let's rumble.
That's fire right there. He can destroy the environments. That's fire.
I'll cover you.
See, like now right there was the most lore accurate Iron Fist I've ever seen. Let's watch that back one time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the average Iron Fist player right here. Run up, just start punching and die. Iron Fist was only S tier week 1 of Marvel Rivals because nobody knew how to play the game. Once this nigga got downloaded, everybody seemed to have got the memo except for Iron Fist mains because they keep trying to kill you.
That's gonna bruise. Let's go, Logan.
I don't know how useful that's gonna be, but he's got it. Fastball special. I'm not gonna lie, I might fuck with him. He looks. It's crazy because lore accurate, the Hulk is stronger than the Thing, but it looks like the Thing might hit harder than the Hulk in this game. He might be up my alley. I like a tank where I can do damage. That's why I like playing Venom because I can body the back line. He looks like he gonna beat some ass.
Ready to throw down.
It's clobber. Get him the fuck out of here. I'm excited about both characters. He looks like a DPS tank. Yeah, he looks like a Thor type of character. He looks like the voice acting is fire on this too. He looks like he could be top tier, but we don't know. We can't get too excited about these trailers between the Thing and Johnny. Never forget when Reed Richards trailer dropped, everybody was like, yo, he's gonna be OP. I feel like most people's reaction to her was like, oh, she looks like she's gonna be okay. Everybody was like, yo, Reed is about to be fucking crazy, bro. The game came out, everybody agreed this nigga's trash, and she's really a more top tier character. So it's like these trailers are designed to sell us on the mechanics, but in a team fight, we really don't know until we get out there. That's why I said take this shit into quick play so you can get a read on what's actually going on. They all have the Fantastic Four team up. Shit's gonna be fire. Shit's gonna be fire. Reed was mid from the start. He was mid from the start. But in the trailer, he looked like a demon, bruh. And then we got a trailer for the new level too. Were those rocks floating around him? Yeah, I think he gets like armor or something like that. I think the kit locked. I think so. I think I saw somebody post the kit online. Let's see, the Things full kit Marvel Rivals. I think somebody posted a picture. Oh yeah, they got the trench coat skin is gonna be in the game. That's gonna be fire. There it is. I know I saw it somewhere. Okay, so he's got the fastball. Cooperative. The Invisible Woman taps into her powers, channeling psionic might to fortify the entire Fantastic Four. This formidable force bolsters Mr. Fantastic, the Thing, and Human Torch, granting damage resistance. Once activated, they continually generating bonus health, making up for lost health with each passing moment. So they can regenerate health when they team up. That's fire. So he's got crazy sustain. Clobbering Time uses immense power to launch all enemies in front of you in the air. That's his alt. So you definitely want to combo that. Kind of like a Groot alt, like an air version of the Groot alt. Yanti Street Charge continuously charges forward, launching enemies up and leaving behind a zone at the final position that prevents the use of mobility abilities. Oh. So you charge at people and it silences their mobility. So he's a direct counter for Black Panther Psylocke, Magic, any of those fast characters. Oh, matter of fact, he'd be a direct counter to Iron Fist. And then let's see, in battle leap, jump forward your ally and apply damage reduction to both of you. So this helps the team out. That's what the shield is for. You take less damage. So you probably want to jump in with your E to give yourself armor. And then you probably want to go after the healers since you have that armor boost. And you want to coordinate with a team. Cloak too. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. He seems like he might be a demon. And then deliver a heavy. So this is just a heavy punch, extra damage. Unyielding Wills is passive, immune to launch up and knockback and other oh, that's fire. So because he's a big ass boulder, you can't knock him into the air. I mean, that makes sense. Lore accurate. He's too heavy. Yeah, this nigga gets the steady passive. This nigga's they are New Yorkers though. The Fantastic Four are New Yorkers. They made this nigga sturdy, bruh. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. He's a counter to Wolverine. I don't know if he's a counter. It's immune to does it stop Wolverine's dive? I would have to see it in practice. Like, cause I mean, from the description, it would say yes, but I was thinking other characters. I would think Wolverine's the one person who can do it, but maybe not. He might be a direct counter to Wolverine. Maybe not. Counter to Venom's dives. Yeah, he would be a counter to Venom's dives then, because you can't launch him. He would still take the damage. You're just not launching him up. So you can't knock him off his pivot. Because, I mean, that's what I like about Venom's dive. When you dive on the healers, they bounce up into the air. Then you hit your right click to slow them. You knock them off their pip. They're already half health. If somebody helps you, you can get a kill. You can't pull them or stun them. This nigga's sturdy, bruh. He's sturdy. That's fire. Let's check out the move up, though. Central Park. Where the zombies at? Maybe people will stop banning Wolverine if somebody plays the thing. What constitutes a mobility ability? Well, that's what I'm saying. We got to figure that out. We won't know until we see it in practice. Why am I not a Marvel partner, by the way? I don't even know how to get into that. If there was a sign up, I didn't care. Listen, guys, when Monster Hunter comes out, we're going to be playing other stuff. When Assassin's Creed comes out, I'm on the grind because there's nothing else to play. We play other games. I do not care about being a Marvel Rivals partner. Dracula. Yeah, this is a waiting room. Accurate depiction is accurate, man. Helicopters to come save you from the fiends. Hopefully this map is better than the other new map, because I didn't really like that Fantastic Four map. Is Dracula gonna be a character? It's possible. Shout out to Sherlock with the sub.
Nigga in the chat for resubscribing.
The only thing I didn't like, I tweeted it,
so
because Tim the Tatman tweeted
nigga
it.
for
It's
that,
Morbid.
my nigga.
Yeah, we need Morbius, man. The only thing I didn't like was right here. Tim the Tatman found, I guess he got early access to the map, and he found not Dracula, but Blade. So Blade is all but confirmed for next season in season 2. They found him, but they found the black man locked up by Dracula. Why y'all had to have him locked up, bro? What the fuck? It's Black History Month. And not only is he locked up, he's locked up, and like his morale is low. Like it's Black History Month, your morale is supposed to be high.
Is that on? We're going in, yeah! Where am I? Where am I? Oh my god, I have to teleport out. What on earth?
Shit is crazy.
Dude, was that Blade? I just looked really quick, and I know that they were confirming some stuff.
Yeah, so that all but confirms, yeah, he's gonna be in season 2. Nah, they were playing with the devs earlier. Oh, okay, so you found that on the map. That's cool. So that's what I got for you on that. But we got some bad news, unfortunately. That's all the good news. Unfortunately, Marvel Rival developers in the United States are saying they've been laid off despite launching the game with more than 20 million people. And also, for those unaware, the first month, this game has been out for 1 month, and they made $136 million. So money is not an issue. But the B team was laid off. I already read this. I already know what's going on with this one. For those unaware, the Seattle-based support team for Marvel Rivals was laid off today. Even the game's director. And they left a statement on social media. He said, "This is such a weird industry." Sassy wrote on LinkedIn, "My stellar, talented team just helped deliver an incredibly successful new launch of Marvel Rivals for NetEase Games, and we were just laid off." Then the Levels designer Jack Burrows confirms the layoffs in a separate post. "Well, just got laid off from my job working on Marvel Rivals with NetEase," he wrote. Was an enormous pleasure to work with my American coworkers who joined me in this sad culling. Just couldn't dodge the big boot, I guess, no matter how big the success of the gig. I think they just want to cut costs. They have the foundation for the game because the main team, the game is mainly made by the Chinese team. So they still have the main team. This is just a team helping support them with the development. So I've seen a lot of people saying that the game was going to go downhill. I don't know if it's going to go downhill because the main brainchild is still working on it. It's just unfortunate people got laid off because it's like, yo, they were doing good. There was no reason to actually lay them off. And the worst part is they didn't acknowledge none of this shit on Twitter. They just posted trailers. They were getting roasted on Twitter under their trailers because it's like, yo, what the fuck? Part of me can't help but wonder is like, is this political? I hate to go there, but is it political? I know there's been a lot of layoffs in the tech sector, but it's like, you know, let's be real. We are not on the best footing right now with China. And maybe, you know, with this tariff stuff going on, maybe they were thinking, you know, before things get too weird, let's just pull our team out of America and let's just focus on our Chinese developers. That's what I was thinking. I think it's a possibility. Because as things get muddier as time goes on, it might be hard for the two teams to communicate. So they probably was like, let's cut our losses earlier. And then if they do need a support team, to be honest, it'd probably be cheaper to hire more labor over in China because the thing about over here is like there's more regulation, so it's more expensive to keep those American workers. So if they need it, they're probably going to try to keep developing the game without a support team, see how it goes. And then if they do need a support team, they might as well pick from the home team because it'll probably be cheaper and it'll be easier to communicate with them. There's no time difference. Like I said, there might be a political aspect to it. They probably were making more money than than the China team. Oh, like you're saying the developers. It's possible. Yeah, because the regulations. Possibly because it makes no sense. That, and if they need to send anything to America for no tariffs. It sucks, man. Hopefully these people stand on their feet. I feel like these people will be able to get jobs because they can put on their resume. They just launched one of the biggest games in the world in the last year. I need this game to fall off because my grades are tanking. Oh, don't blame the game. Don't blame the game. Don't do that. So that's what I got for y'all on that one. And then I got one more batch of articles for y'all. And this next batch of articles, is my filter on? Let me make sure my filter. I just realized my filter's not on. We got some news on the PlayStation 6. PS4 niggas, closure. Put your hands over your ears. You don't need to hear this because you're not going to buy this anyway. PlayStation 6 launching in 2028 feels right, former PlayStation boss says. The PS5 is riding high, but everyone wants to know what's coming next. It's been reported. Let me ask y'all a question. Are y'all wondering what's next? I'm going to be honest. I feel like most of the gaming community, like the greater mainstream gaming community, they're worried about Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't know if people are worried about the PS6. People are still trying to get a PS5. Yeah, Chad's like, no, not really. It's been reported that the PS6 is in the works, and according to former PlayStation executive Yoshida, the system launching in 2028 feels right. Speaking to Venture Beat, Yoshida said the last console cycle was about 7 years long, and if that holds again, the PlayStation 6 would debut in 2027, and he said that feels a bit too early, stressing he would have no inside info about the PS6. Sure. You don't have any more friends at Sony now. You are only like the PlayStation boss. If the next PlayStation comes out in 2028, that feels right to me. Wink, wink, wink. Which I would agree. Because, like, even though the PS5 has been out for 5 years, some of those years were during COVID. And I feel like it's crazy to say we're 5 years removed from, like, peak COVID. But, like, those years were such a blur. That time I was in Florida. So I feel like everybody's brain was all over the place. And it feels like with that new PlayStation, the PlayStation State of Play, we're finally starting to get some new IPs, which is weird. Because they showed a bunch of new IPs that looked fire and people complained that we got new IPs. And I'm like, weren't y'all complaining that there's not enough new games on the new Xbox and the new PlayStation? Now you're complaining there's new games. So do you want new games or not? It was funny. Somebody said in Hokage highlights, there's like my favorite thing about watching you watch this State of the Play is he was like, he's like, so many of the people in the chat wanted you to hate the things you were showing, but you were showing it love. I'm not gonna just hate something because you niggas hate it. I was like, I thought they showed a lot of cool games, but maybe because I play a lot of different games. I don't know. I'm literally playing Psychonauts 2 on my PS5. PS6 games are way out of the way. PS5 scalpers were next level. We're next level, man. He added the next Xbox might be planned for 2028 as well, based on a leak from Microsoft, but of course this may not be true and plans can always change. In any event, Yoshida speculated that there's a chance that the next PlayStation and Xbox devices come out in the same year. This would be keeping with the tradition as the PS5 and Xbox Series debuted in not just the same year, but the same month back in November 2020. If I could consult Xbox, I would say you should put out your Xbox before the PlayStation. People forget the 360 came out before the PS3, and that 1 year in advance that it had over the PS3, it gave it an advantage. It gave it time to establish its new IPs. If I could consult Xbox, I would say really focus on developing the hardware behind the next Xbox, the prototype, and also really start working on what major IPs you want to come to the next Xbox and launch it in 2027, a year before PS6 comes out, to give yourself some type of momentum. Because I don't care what you say. If they put out a new Xbox and it's got new original IPs, it's going to make people like, damn, do I really want to wait for the PlayStation 6, not knowing what it's going to cost, what's going to be there? I could just get this. Didn't they say the next Xbox was going to be a handheld? It wasn't confirmed, but most likely it has been confirmed that the Microsoft Surface team is working on the new Xbox. So people think it's going to be a handheld. And I think Phil Spencer said something along, I'm paraphrasing, so don't quote me, something along the lines of like, they're definitely interested in that. Can they really offer that if they're only putting it on Game Pass? It depends on what their business model looks. We don't know. You got to keep in mind, 2027, 2028, 2-3 years away, the business, a lot can change in a year. Matter of fact, we're only in February. At least here in the United States, look how much has changed in only a month. A lot can change in 2-3 years. You said, don't remind me. There's really no incentive to get Xbox if they're porting their games to PlayStation. Well, if they were exclusive, if they dropped an absolute banger that was exclusive to Xbox in the Game Pass and you weren't able to get it on PlayStation for another year or two, that might tempt some people. I think you're underestimating the hardcore gamer crowd. I feel like hardcore gamers are not console warriors. They don't participate in console wars. Hardcore gamers usually have 2 platforms or more. They just like playing games. The people who seriously participate in console wars are broke boys, usually. They're just loyal to PlayStation and Xbox, and they just have like some skewed perception of reality. But me personally, I always look at like who's bringing the best product to the table. But I think people forget one of the main reasons why the 360 was so great or had such a foothold in people's homes is it came out a year before the PS3. And then the PS3 came out and they fucked up with the price because it was $600 at launch. And for those unaware, $600 with inflation in today's money was $900. So it was damn near, it was really $1,000 if you wanted another controller plus a game, add in tax. She was out of control. So anything can happen in 2-3 years. Anything can happen. I mean, look at Zion Williamson, right? Zion Williamson is supposed to be the next LeBron James. This is the most hyped up prospect since LeBron James. His big ass can't stay on the court. Big Gumbo is at Hardee's. He's at Mickey D's ordering a number 4 with an extra large slushie and an extra large fucking shake and 3-4 cookies. He was supposed to be the face of the league. Now he's the face of the bench. Look at Joel Embiid. They told us to trust the process. We processed it. And now he's just processing on the bench. Yeah, he too busy. Zion Williams is somewhere in Louisiana right now, cracking crawfish open, sucking the fish out the goddamn tail and shit. Oh, they don't play me next week. Thank God for this $200 million, man. I can get all the crawfish, man. All you can eat. All you can eat, bro. If Sega drops a new console, they're going to take over. I don't think Sega's financials are strong enough to do that. That's why they got out of there. Zion doing that, and then he going to be in an adult film stars. Yeah, he going to invite a porn star over. Come over. Let me rub crawfish and butter all over your body, baby. Hi. You like crawfish and butter? What else did he say? Yoshida went on to say the PS5 generation was slow during a manufacturing pertaining to COVID. Yep, yeah, we know that. It just yapping at this point. So that's news we got on the PlayStation 6. Just a quick little minor update. Sega still has financials? Yes. Sega doesn't just own Sonic, guys. Sega owns the Yakuza series. They own all the Atlas games like Persona, Metaphor, ReFantasio. Sega has bangers under there. Don't do that, guys. Just because you niggas don't play games doesn't mean they're not. But are their financials strong enough to launch a console? I don't know. Also, would they want to go back? Because, I mean, they got out of the business for a reason. I forgot they own Metaphor. Yeah, they own Atlas, which means they also own Guilty Gear, too. They got a bunch of bangers under their umbrella. Speaking of Yakuza, the reviews came out today for Yakuza Like a Pirate Hawaii. We got some 5 out of 5, some 9, some 8.5, 7s, 4. It's exactly what I thought it would be. The current Metacritic 79, basically an 80. It's a solid game, people are saying. So if you're looking for a fun single-player game to play, check it out. I actually played the demo on I streamed this weekend. I played the demo and I uploaded my thoughts of some gameplay and my thoughts of it right here on Hokage Highlights. So if you want to check out the game, it's really fun, fast-paced, action and shit. Console's dying anyway, in my opinion. Is it? I don't know. The PS5 is selling well. I don't know about that. Also, the Steam Deck is selling like a motherfucker. Does the Steam Deck not count as a console? It's like a handheld console, is it? Or do we just call it a gaming PC? Like, what does that count as? Beep. Now, if you want to make the argument that discs are dying, sure, but consoles, I don't think so. No. It's like a hybrid, something like that. You got the Switch 2 coming out. Consoles ain't going nowhere. I think the problem is consoles will stay relevant with how PC prices are going up. Well, console prices are going to go up, guys. The tariffs are going to affect everything. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Get what you want. Get what you want. It's a fun spin-off game that brings back the feeling of the pre-turn-based games. Yeah, I like the demo. It's on console and Steam if you guys want to check it out. There's a rumor floating around a new Tony Hawk game is coming out, remastered. Tony Hawk fans out there? Anybody? Appearing on the Breakfast Club podcast today, February 18, 2025, Jones spoke to host DJ Envy, Charlemagne the God, and Laura about growing up, video games, and his skateboarding career. And when the group is talking specifically about the evolution of skateboarding and skateboarding media, Jones drops a little nugget in the conversation. And around the 22-minute mark, Jones says, "I'm in a Tony Hawk coming out that's cool. They got a new one they're remastering, so that's about to come out, and I was in the last one. It sounds like we're getting something, but Activision hasn't uttered a word, so this motherfucker leaked something by accident." Hold up. Please let it be Thug. Otherwise, we don't.
I don't know.
I'm not in tune with skater culture. Is Tayshawn? I'm gonna assume he's a skater. Tayshawn Jones, got a black man. We let it.
I'm in a Tony Hawk coming out, so that's cool. They got a new one they remastering, so that's about to come out. I was in the last one.
He's a pro. He's good. I believe it. He's black.
That's a great question. I don't know. It's in the Olympics now.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. They interviewed him. Now I want to actually check that out. I don't know anything about him. Yeah, if it is a remaster, please let it be Thug or Thug 2. We don't need a Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 remaster. We're good off that. Those are the best ones in the series, Thug 1 and 2. Just matter of fact, make it a remaster package. Give us Thug 1 and 2, the same way you gave us Pro Skater 1 and 2. Pro Skater 3 is one of the greatest games of all time. 3 and 4 are solid entries, but I felt like 3 and 4 were like, I felt like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 is where the series first started to show chinks in the armor. I felt like they were a little lazy. They were good, but they didn't do enough for the series. And I feel like what actually saved the Tony Hawk series was Tony Hawk's Underground 1 and 2. And I think the developers knew that because after Thug 1 and 2, they kept trying to make things that were iterations of that, like American Wasteland. I feel like the last Tony Hawk I really enjoyed was Project 8, I think it was called, on the 360. So I think most people would agree Thug 1 and 2 are the best in the series. Yo, shout out to Lost Boy. But I feel like if they would have kept going the way of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4, the series would have fell off much sooner. Yeah, I watched the entire interview. The dude's cool. Yeah, he seems chill. Yeah, you heard it there. And then according to a senior level designer on his LinkedIn profile, Gears of War E-Day has been in active development for 5 years and 2 months, so since 2020. So the reason I'm even bringing this up is if this, well, it is true because it's on his LinkedIn. Y'all some fucking spies. If I had to take an educated guess, if we don't get a reveal date for Gears of War by this summer, It's probably coming out 2026 because it's been in development for 5 years. It's probably coming out 2026, like early 2026 maybe. Every played Tony Hawk Ride on the Wii? Nah, I'm not. That one with the skateboard? Fuck that game. That shit looked awful. Fuck, that was a dark age in gaming. The Kinect and the peripherals and shit. Why the hell would I want to play a game where I ride a plastic skateboard? I'll just go outside and skateboard at that point. At least if you went outside and skateboarded and you busted your ass, at least you were progressing and doing something real. Now you just in the house busting your ass on that plastic for no fucking reason, bro. At least you could be like, yo, oh nigga, I could do a kickflip. Oh, cool, you could do a varial flip. That's cool. Nobody cares. You could do a virtual varial flip in your carpet, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. It was hilarious and it kind of worked. No, not the reviews I seen. The reviews I remember, they said that shit was ass. They said that shit was basura. Nah, I was going crazy on the Kinect. Fuck the Kinect. That was a dark. Y'all had to have been 5 or 6 if you genuinely like. I was an adult when the Kinect came out, okay? Just like there are certain games I remember got poorly reviewed. And then I went and like, but I loved them as a kid. But then you go back and play them as an adult and you'd be like, you know what? I see why I got a 6 out of 10. When you're a kid, you tolerate a lot more because you have to play what your parents bought you. But when you become an adult and you have to come out your own pocket, you become a little bit more critical about what you buying. So you think them Kinect games was good? No, nigga. I was an adult. I was in my early 20s when the Kinect came out. All them games was ass. No, thank you. The iToy had me hyped as a kid. Y'all niggas was doing nasty shit on the iToy. The iToy is what people used on Twitch to stream themselves butt naked and fuck and shit. Y'all was fucking on Twitch on the PS4 iToy. Putting on full blown, before there was OnlyFans, Russian niggas was fucking on PS4, bruh. That's what y'all was doing. Y'all also have no concept of why stuff is bad most of the time. I never use the Kinect. You don't need to. This shit is ass. Call of Duty Recon Squad announced, but it's not a new game. Activision announced Call of Duty Recon Squad, but it's not the next entry in the series.
There's only one
Yo,
ideology I resubscribe to, and
shout out to Steez with the sub. Yeah, PS4 After Dark. Recon Squad is a new community feedback program that Activision is launching to gather thoughts and opinions from fans about the state of the game. Activision is debuting this online sentiment around the state of Call of Duty is wavering, with many saying Activision is not doing enough to support the game. In a blog post, Activision said Black Ops 6 and Warzone players may receive an invitation to join Recon Squad via an invitation from market research company Fuel Squad. So basically they're doing surveys asking you what you want to see. BET Uncut really was the PS4, something like that. The only use for the Kinect I used was for the mic. Translation, our numbers are down on Call of Duty. Could you guys tell us why? I'm not going to fill this out, but if anybody from the Call of Duty team sees this stream or sees a highlight from my YouTube channel, I'll give you guys some feedback. The reason the numbers are dwindling is because you don't give us enough time to miss this game. Black Ops 6 was cool. If you want to do some little updates here and there, cool. Warzone, nobody cares. It's full of fucking hackers, bro. Get rid of it. Take a break. Take 2 years off. Give the world time to miss Call of Duty. Dive deep into those Activision properties, those IPs that you have, and make a new fucking game. There's nothing you can do. You can send out all the polls you want. There's nothing you can do because we see you all the goddamn time. Call of Duty is the gaming equivalent of a fucking roommate. Like, yo, you know, it's like Call of Duty is the point of the relationship where it's failing and y'all not even in love anymore. Y'all just roommates. That's what Call of Duty is. Like, I fuck when I feel like it, but I don't really like you like that no more. Like, you know, no sex before marriage though. No sex before marriage. And a new Spyro. Yeah, let me get a new Spyro or something. Stop with a new MTX every other day. War on Cybertron, or make some new IPs or something. And then Spectre Divide. This is that first-person shooter where you get to control 2 characters at once. It was made by, well, not made, but Shroud was part of the dev team. It's coming to PS5 and Xbox. It was exclusive to PC, but it'll be available on console February 25th. So a few days from now. The game is already dead on PC. Shroud doesn't even play his own game. He's too busy playing others. But hey, it's there on console. Maybe the Xbox or the PlayStation crowd will like it more. Shroud getting cooked in his own chat confirms the game is ass. They actually reached out to me via email asking me if I wanted codes to the new season and I could give away like 5 guys. I just laughed. I didn't answer that. I was like, No, I don't want to play that shit, right? Nobody wants to. If Shroud doesn't want to play his own game, we don't want to play it. That's all we need to know. Let me go into the sub box real quick. Put this over here. All right. Question the Shub Fellowship official gameplay. Crystal of Atlan gameplay challenge. What's this? Bring back SOCOM US Navy SEALs. I wish PlayStation would bring that back too. I'm curious to what a modern SOCOM would look like. Dragonkin the Banis official demo trailer. What is this? Marvel Rivals. We went over that. Demon Spore demo trailer. Demon Spore. Where that Toy Story multiplayer shooter? What are you talking about? I've never heard of that. Rainbreaker. Boom, 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 boom. SOCOM was such a classic. It was. You gonna check out Avowed? Probably not. Monster Hunter coming out. I just hate I had to do it to but I still did it. You know what the game needs? A remaster. Spec Ops The Line. I don't think it'll happen because they have licensing issues. They actually got delisted off Steam because of licensing. I think it was like something in the music. They didn't have the license to it anymore. This is all from yesterday. Zipper Interactive apparently was making H-Hour, which... Well, no. That wasn't Zipper Interactive. It was the former head of Zipper Interactive. They were making a spiritual successor called H-Hour that was supposed to be the new SOCOM. And I know about it. You know why? Because I invested in that game. I was one of the dumbasses that donated money to their Kickstarter for H-Hour, and I actually got to play the beta. Well, not the beta, but it was like an alpha. It was like a multiplayer alpha they had for all the people who invested in the game. That shit was absolutely basura. I played that shit for about an hour. I said, yeah, this ain't it. It was basura. And then the owners of H-Hour, they got caught up in some type of scandal. They were like funneling money. They were misusing, they were mismanaging the money or something like that. And so the game never got properly developed. It was ass. Nah. It was between that and then, what's that game Ethos tricked me into playing? Star Citizen. Between Star Citizen and H-Hour, I said I will never kickstart another video game again. If your game looks great and it gets finished, I'll try it out. But you will never get money from again. Fuck that. Because you don't get royalties off of Kickstarter. You can kiss my ass. Go fund your own game. I'm broke. Look, I didn't even hit the sub goal. You want me to fund your game? What the fuck are we talking about? Let's see what Fellowship is. I got scammed twice. I said, you ain't getting me a third time, nigga. What happened to Star Citizen? I don't know. What happened?
I'm Hamish Bode, Community Director for Fellowship. On behalf of the team here at Chief Ripple, we couldn't...
I said, there's a rule in life. Fool me once. Wait, how did it go? What George Bush say? Shame on me? Like, I don't know. I thought the George Bush shit. The shame on me. What did you fucking like, bro? Oh shit. GTA 6 will reportedly give DJ Khaled his own radio station. I won't be listening to
Rated
that.
T.
Oh shit. Shame on me. You can't get food again.
I'd like to give you an overview.
Shout out to Day to Dave with the big raid, and shout out to Night Owl with the gifted subs. Appreciate it.
Because I know y'all live with roaches.
Shout out to Day to Dave.
I hate poverty, so I love to see when someone donates a sub to someone in the chat. Shout out to the new Section 8 subscriber.
I feel bad for y'all that wasn't old enough to be like conscious when George Bush was president. That nigga was funny. Besides the whole 9/11 stuff, George Bush was a funny ass president, bro. that nigga was the original meme. Yeah, that was a crazy era. Yeah, I'll never forget the shoe. That shit was funny. What did you do to make that nigga so mad? What is this bootleg World of Warcraft
gameplay? Fellowship is the game for you.
Yeah, it's not for me. I'm not playing World of Warcraft Junior. Yeah, watch this drive. Oh my god. Crystal of Atlan, the Hex Challenge. Is this another gacha game? Gotcha. I feel like every gacha game, the moment you go to the store and you spend some money, like that Kanye meme should pop up. Gotcha. You say good funny or bad funny? Well, that's the thing about comedy. From tragedy comes comedy. So it was both. In the moment, it wasn't funny. Well, certain things were, like when the shoe got thrown. Like, but for the most part, a lot of stuff wasn't funny in the moment. But like in retrospect, it's funny. Like a lot of things that Trump did in his first presidency was funny to me, like in retrospect. But in the moment, it wasn't. And looking back, maybe, you know, if we survive these next 4 years, some of the stuff will be funny too. Because through tragedy comes comedy, like I said.
The battle has already begun.
This look crispy.
Get ready to unleash your power and kill the Dragon Lords.
I like the art style.
The world and put an end to the draconic corruption.
What? The Dragonics? We gotta get them, guys. It's time to hunt the dragon. Yo, your breath is hot, bro. What the fuck? Yes, you. Yeah, it looks like Diablo, though. I'm not playing it. I'm good off these dungeon crawler. You the one with the hot ass breath, doggy. You need a hug? You need a hug? Somebody needs a hug. Why your breath so hot? Why you breathing so hard on me, bro? I don't have to talk to you. You know that, right? I don't have to talk to you. I talk to you all day. I get on the game. You want to get on stream. You want to lick your lips. You want to clout up. You want to hit me. You want to be all in my face. Why you licking your lips? Why you being light skinned, bro? You a full blown black dog. You're not light skinned. When's the Sparking Zero player count? Who gives a man? Fuck them.